And joining me now to discuss this race and as well as other issues, political strategist Joe Lestingi and Raffi Williams, Deputy Press Secretary for the Youth and Conservative Media arm of the Republican National Committee. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
All right, Joe, let's start with you. I mean, Chuck Todd at MSNBC called this a disqualifying answer earlier, and then Allison Grimes doubles down on it. You have to wince a little bit, even as a Democrat, when she refuses to answer this question.
Well, her second answer was a lot better than her first. And I'd say the clarification was good that she did that because they needed to clarify that this is a secret ballot, and she is right in that answer. The same could have been said if someone had asked Mitch McConnell when he ran in 2006 whether or not he voted for Bush in 2004. It's fine. In the end, though, she could have just said yes. Everyone knows she voted for the president, so you might as well just kill the story. So from a strategic standpoint, she had two options. She's doubling down on her principles, which isn't a bad move.
Well, maybe she didn't vote for the president. We don't think that's the case, but one reason why she doesn't want to answer. Raffi, let me ask you this right now. Is Allison Lundgren Grimes the best weapon for Mitch McConnell right now in his race against Allison Lundgren Grimes?
Well, yeah, I mean, she's hurting herself left and right, and McConnell's running a strong race and making sure to stick to the issues and hammer her on coal. So I think that she is her own worst enemy in this instance, and she just keeps on doubling down. I hope she does, because it's making her look foolish to Kentuckians and to the national media.
Well, you know, do you think at this point, we've seen races around the country tighten up a little bit at this point. Raffi, what's your prediction here? Any chance that McConnell loses this race?
No, there's not a snowball's chance that he loses this race. I mean, this is a very well-run campaign by McConnell, and Grimes has been messing up since the get. So obviously her gaffes and her failures on the campaign trail are catching up with her, and they're going to catch up with her at the ballot box in November.
All right, so we know that Grimes is trying to distance herself from our current president, but at the same time, linking herself to a past president, namely Bill Clinton. But Mitch McConnell took exception with that tactic. He said there's no difference between a Clinton Democrat or an Obama Democrat. Joe, what's your take?
Well, I mean, in the end, the people of Kentucky love Bill Clinton, so I think that drawing this distinction doesn't matter. But the gaffe, I got to go back to the gaffe argument, because Mitch McConnell made a pretty big one last night when he was asked about his millions of dollars and said, I didn't earn them, I inherited them. And if you want to talk to coal country, you don't talk about inheriting millions of dollars, because that's one thing politicians have a problem with. This disconnection between being a normal average voter or average person doesn't go too well when he talks about inheriting millions of dollars. He's living pretty comfortably because of that too. So gaffes go both ways.
Well, that is true. Does that hurt him, Raffi, in your opinion?
I mean, no, it doesn't hurt him, because Allison Lundgren Grimes, you talk about coal country, she's the one who's tied with Obama and trying to regulate to kill the coal industry in Kentucky, and that's going to matter more to these people. Their livelihood, their ability to support their families are being threatened by the extreme agenda that the left put out there and Grimes supports.
All right, well,
that's we've heard because coal's been making record profits for the past 5 years. So that's
Obama's the one who says he wants to regulate out the industry. So I mean, that's your own president. That's the president's word.
Well, fair enough.
Coal's doing just fine, guys.
We know. Coal's not doing so fine.
No, it is. China's emerging markets, Brazil's emerging markets. The price of coal is up, and profits are going. What's killing coal jobs is technology. Miners are being outsourced by machines. That's
it's been overregulated by the Obama administration. That's what's hurting.
All right, gentlemen. We can have the debates on the merits of coal and energy.
All around the world, and they're making record profits. $8.4 billion.
Well, another thing,
like the coal miners are losing their jobs.
Okay, all right, guys. I want to focus this back on the task at hand here, and that is the politics. We know that both parties are going to come in big with money here. And Joe, I wanted to ask you, because there's been a lot of attention paid to the amount of money that the Democrats are spending when they're critical of the Republican Party. Real quickly, 20 seconds. What's your take?
This goes back to our previous statement that this race is not settled yet. A lot of outside interests have vested interest in this race. They're plugging a lot of money in there because they know it's competitive, Republicans and Democrats.
All right, something else we want to talk about, guys, the Democratic strategy right now. Dick Morris says Democrats are using a false flag to steal a majority, essentially embracing a wolf in sheep's clothing tactic, trying to masquerade as independent voters. We'll get that information coming up from you. Plus, we'll talk about Dick's new book, Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation, after this short commercial break.